What is your favorite joke that anyone has ever said to you?
Anyone has ever said to me? I don't know. I usually make all the good jokes.
Do you?
Yeah.
Give us your best one right now. It's under lock
All the
and
ones
key.
that all the ones that come to mind are not interview appropriate.
Okay. Fair enough. I also don't have any good jokes. How long have you been a developer?
Uh, Depends. I have been officially a developer for the last 2.5 years.
Nice.
But I've been writing like scripts and whatnot for probably 6 or 7 years now. Pretty much since high
Hmm.
school.
I hear that you're an expert in high availability. I know absolutely nothing about what that could possibly mean.
Yeah.
Can you explain it to me?
Availability is less of a technology and more of a target, more of a kind of a thought, I guess. It's basically a promise to the users that the system is going to be available throughout the year for it's often referred to in the number of nines in 99.9xxx. So 2x would be 99.99% of the year, which is about 52 minutes. We promise 2x, but usually we're close to about 6 minutes of downtime per year.
Wow.
So the users basically won't be facing, the servers being down while they're being updated or something going wrong. We're basically saying that, we're prepared for, some kind of a failure within the software, because at the end of the day, all software fails, all hardware
Mm.
has issues. So we're prepared for that to happen. And when it does happen, we have high availability infrastructure, which is able to basically replicate what failed and make sure there's no downtime for the users.
Wow. And is that industry standard or how does that compare to other people?
Look, in terms of microservices, it's very common to have high availability, especially in something called a cluster.
So at the end of the day, like how does this affect an end user? So for example, if you're a lecturer, you're having an outage, like how does it work? Break it down.
Okay, so at Innomate, we believe that all the AV control systems that we run are business critical, because interrupting a teacher or a lecturer or someone in a classroom is affecting business at the end of the day.
Mm.
So with high availability, it basically allows us to seamlessly roll over between control systems in the case of a failure. And that also applies to the rest of our platform. So all of the websites, all of the databases and everything like that, the high availability spans across the platform in different ways, such that, in the case of failure, we can roll over. And truthfully, all software will fail, all hardware will have problems. So it's really important that, we always have a solution to be able to fail back to in case of an issue.
So successful failure.
Yes. Yeah.
That's very interesting. Is there anything about high availability that people usually don't know, but you wish that they did?
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
No.
The other day we were chatting with KV, who's a software engineer here and also your housemate. We were chatting with him about DMPS. Is this a similar thing that's happening here?
Similar, but not quite the same. So most of our highly available systems are cloud-based. So we have controllers that live generally in AWS or Azure that are able to basically reach out to the devices in the room and control them remotely. The DMPS is a local in-room controller. The idea behind having a DMPS alongside the cloud control is, if for whatever reason the room loses connection to the cloud, whether it's a network outage, which everyone deals with, or some kind of issue in the cloud itself, the room is basically able to seamlessly fail over to the in-room controller. That way, it doesn't affect teaching regardless of the network status. But the difference between DMPS and HA is that HA is basically promised that the system in the cloud is always ready to go. In the case of network outage in the room, it doesn't matter whether the cloud's available or not. You're not going to be able to hit the cloud. That being said, we do have future plans for other local room controller failover. At the moment, we are able to roll over to things such as the DMPS, the Crusher-on RMC 100. NUCs, we often have in-room NUCs that they're able to fail over to, as well as for future, we're planning on being able to roll over to Raspberry Pis for a room controller.
Thank you so much for chatting with us today, and I look forward to learning more about high availability in the future.
Lovely. Thank you for having me.